Really funny.
Oh, I thought it's so funny.
funny. No shit, Sherlock Jones.
Oh, what? Hold on, guys.
Oh, is Penny okay? Hey, Peach. Look at
Hey.
your little head. All right,
No.
we're streaming live right now, and
Where?
we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
I don't see it on Twitch.
It should.
I don't follow you, maybe.
You are live, it says. Unlimited Lives Radio.
Oh, online friends?
You are live. Oh my god, baby's crying.
Following.
Poor baby's crying.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Good. All right, I'm gonna get the music.
Viewers, good.
Let me get the music crack-a-lacking. 0 viewers. I mean, welcome to my nightmare. That's everything, man. It's been tough. It's been tough out here for a pimp. You ever hear people say that?
Never.
Are you sure?
Not once.
Not once? How about
Oh, we got one viewer. Is that me watching or?
Yeah, it's probably yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have a cough button. Do I?
Well, I my cough button is like the control mute button.
Control mute? Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah. But usually, like setups will have like a cough button, and it's like an actual.
Usually setups will have that.
It's like with these setups. Look at your back. Yeah, I got to get over there, man. One of these days, I'm supposed to go get a car at some place in Jersey for my mom.
What the hell was that? Is that some button you have programmed?
Yeah, it's my thing. All right, let me get the music starting because then we could talk a little bit before Brian gets in. All right, here we go.
Okay, just y'all two tonight. Wait. Sam just cut her finger really bad, so I'm out.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, she'll be all right, but I'm.
Okay. Well, Paige, looks like you're going to tell me everything about Comic-Con.
Oh. Sam cut her finger. Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, I don't even want to do it now.
Oh, my God.
Something about Sam. I'm just...
You stop. Now you're worried about her.
I'm worried.
Jesus.
What did he tell you to cancel the music? Do you got to do the music again?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Because then I have to edit it because I could edit. I could put it in live, right? Hold on. Jesus. Welcome to Unlimited Lives, everybody. I'm your host TJ. With me is my buddy. How do you want to be named again?
Well, it's my name's on the screen, isn't it? Like giant.
Oh yeah, it is. It's PJ.
It says PJ.
Peach is back. We had Brian a minute ago, but he had to run.
He had to make a run for it.
He had to make a run for the money, as they say. This episode, I want to talk about Comic-Con. It's the first time you went.
I didn't go.
And you did. You went for a day. Oh my God! You imagine? You're like, I actually didn't go. I lied the whole
Never
time.
went. Never heard of it.
Oh no, this is not going to be good.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was hoping Brian was going to be here because that's who I went with.
Yeah, you went with Brian.
TJ, you were too scared to go.
I was frightened, to be honest with you.
I was going to send a limo and everything. So Brian's like, yeah, I'm gonna take the train. I'll be there at 9:50.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. I'll try to get there same time and we can go together. Like, I think I walked out of my house at 9:50.
Oh my God, you got there. You left super late.
Well, I kinda, and then most of my stories about Comic-Con have nothing to do with Comic-Con.
Oh, good.
So I went and got breakfast. That took forever, and
Where'd
then
you get? Let's slow down. Let's bleed this for everything we can. Where did you get breakfast?
I went to this. All right, so the line for Dunkin' Donuts was around the corner.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna wait in line. So I go to this, local bagel place, and I was like, okay, the line's not too bad. But the problem was everybody kept coming in with their phone order.
Oh, the mobile. Oh, I just had this problem at Starbucks recently.
And I was like, I guess I should have mobile ordered my food because I'm sitting there for 25 minutes.
Yep.
Then I got a bagel. The thing was burned.
Delicious. Terrible.
I spilled it all over myself. Somehow it got on my hand.
You're acting like it's hot coffee. You're like, I spilled the bagel.
There was cream cheese surrounding the steering wheel. Somehow it got on my hand. I was like, I considered going home. I was like, I can't even deal with this. I'm already annoyed so much.
I had that problem. I had this problem at Starbucks recently. It was the same thing where I felt like I was standing there and they were handing off mobile order after mobile order, and there was like 4 of us waiting. There was like 4 of us waiting. I'm like, what is going? I'm like, will you just like stagger it? Like do mobile order person.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you got cream cheese everywhere.
Yeah.
Number one, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Well, how much? Just for context for some viewers, you are not like I've gone to like Oktoberfest, like festivals with you a little bit, but you're not a big giant group of people kind of person.
I'm not a most things kind of person.
Really,
I'm pretty miserable in every respect.
Yeah. I'm so surprised you actually went.
It's like I said, it's a once in a lifetime thing. My cousin was there.
Yeah, what did your cousin do?
So he works for, I don't know if he wants his name on this.
I mean, if he's
he works for this comic book defense league. So they talk about banned books and banned comics and stuff.
Interesting.
They defend that kind of thing because whatever. Yeah. So anyway, so I went to see that. That was pretty cool. That's why I went on a Thursday. Otherwise, I would have went on a weekend or something like that. But
yeah.
Plus, it wasn't that busy there and all that other stuff.
Yeah, Thursdays are
the lines went pretty quick.
Yeah, Thursdays are pretty quick. Or pretty not that crazy. I didn't know how crazy it would be with COVID. So anyway, let's continue. I just want to give context. Like I was surprised you were going. Brian McGuinness was going.
I ended up parking in Weehawken where my nephew lives, and I parked like 3 blocks away from his house. He's like, "Oh, you could have parked right there." It was like right in front of his house. There's like a million spots. I'm like, "Oh, geez." I run back to my car. I'm already getting a ticket.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, because he has a guest pass, so I had to go get the guest park. I was like, "Well, I'm here." So, and then I realized why it smells there at Comic-Con. Because nerds aren't used to running around and walking, and I'm already soaking wet, drenched with sweat, and I haven't even gotten to the con yet.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna be the asshole that's walking around stinky there. So anyway, I ended up
smearing cream cheese on your arm.
I got some cream cheese. I put it on, and then I took the ferry, went across, and Kylo Ren's on the ferry. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the right place.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Same thing with the subway. When you were going near a Comic-Con, anyone had it, you were just, I don't know, man, follow the nerds, and you would just follow. Like it's funny, you're like Kylo Ren's in there. Can you drink on the ferry?
It was like it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, probably.
Okay, go on.
I mean, yeah, you get a lightsaber flask.
Yeah, Bantha milk. Chugging Bantha poodoo as you drink that blue milk shakes.
Yeah.
So you see Kylo Ren, and is he mask on or mask off?
On, and it wasn't hot out, but I'm like, I don't know how these people are wearing overalls and costume. It's a whole thing. It's
a lot, dude. I mean, they used to have Comic-Con. Yeah, like I cosplayed a couple times at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
I really did. I did. One was a Borderlands character, and then another one was Wolverine. And it was just like, I can't. It's like interesting, and it's kind of fun when people are like, I mean, now because of COVID, it's frightening. But people like, hey, come here, can I take a picture? They will call you your character names, like, hey, Fat Wolverine.
Oh, they still do that.
Yeah.
They're
So
like,
they
oh,
call
come
me
here.
Yeah.
But
Oh, so you said it
Brian,
was Kylo Ren, and you're like, oh, interesting.
I don't want to, take Brian's jokes, but he calls people by the wrong character. Like whoever he sees, whatever person he sees, he just, hey, Professor X, what he just.
Yeah. Did he
whatever.
do one for Kylo Ren? He's like, Kylo Ben.
Yeah. No. Like if somebody's dressed as Wonder Woman, he's like, hey, Supergirl.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's very funny. Brian McGuinness from who's going to be here.
Yeah.
So go on.
So that was fun. Yeah. So I got to the place. It was okay. Like first you go in line and you get your vaccine wristband, and then I had to go to will call and get my regular, what are you doing? Are you
texting Brian? I hope Sam's okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You're at work, TJ. Be professional.
It's so funny. We were just talking about this. We were just talking about this because you
gonna make you behave on your own.
Yes, so listen, just to be crystal clear, Brian or PJ, you are 100%, 1,000%. PJ was talking about, so Brian did this podcast called Old Ass Cards, and it's a really fun podcast.
Really
you
fun.
Should do it, dude. It's so fun. Or if you want to do it, PJ, I could do it with you if you don't want to do it alone, if you're scared.
No, I'm not. He's.
So he does a podcast called Old Ass Cards, and I did an episode, and it was really fun, but I was like super tired. And like I'm Googling, even now I'm kind of like half in Google because like we don't have a producer to be like, check this out. Check like I'm looking at the announcements for Comic-Con because I want to get to like announcement stuff, but I want to continue this. So Kylo Ben is sitting on the train. Well, let me ask you a question. Lightsaber on with a blade out or blade in?
I don't know.
Come on.
It's irrelevant to the story.
Does he have a book bag on? No, it's relevant.
I don't know.
That was the worst part about cosplaying was where you wore a jacket. You felt like a child on Halloween.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing like this cool costume. And then you're
wearing a starter jacket, like a New York Giants thing over your Freddy Krueger. And you're like, Mom, no.
Freddy Krueger wearing a Hornets jacket. But I hated it. I couldn't so even with Comic-Con, you have to, I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, you got to wear the badge, and you got to wear a mask now. So you're like, you're trying to be like Kylo Ren, but you have a mask over the mask, like Darth Vader with the thing.
Trying to be safe.
Yeah.
And then you also had to wear a book bag. Like I used to wear a book bag, so your character would have a book bag on. It always looked stupid. So you're on the ferry coming from Jersey.
Yeah, I'm past that,
which is interesting, just because people usually come in, take the train. I'm surprised you didn't drive in, but you didn't want to.
I was going to, matter of fact, but then I remembered that I could park for free.
Yeah, park.
It was probably not worth it. But anyway, so it was pretty easy to get to. But then, I had to meet up with Brian. He didn't have cell service or whatever.
It's really bad in there.
Wi-Fi. So it was like, a conversation where you're having it, and then somebody's like 10 minutes behind. Like, don't move. There's somebody about to,
there's someone in your house.
Thanks. So we walked around. We walked like 10 miles around this place. Not really, but it's a humongous place.
Dude, it's huge. Have you ever been to the Javits Center?
No, I've been to the Kravitz Center.
The Lenny Kravitz Center?
Yeah.
For small children?
Yeah.
Dude, the Javits Center is uncomfortably huge.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, Comic-Con used to be just Comic-Con, and then the anime convention was upstairs.
Oh,
and then they merged the two, which is why there's so much. It's like way more people.
And so I wanted to go to a panel, and I'm like, oh, do you know where room whatever is for whatever? He goes, oh, yeah, you got to go outside, walk along this building, go into this other building, and go up this. I was like, are you serious? I thought he was,
messing
like
with
joking around with me. I was like, do you even work? I was like, he's like, yeah, you go outside. So I go outside. There's this whole outdoor like festival part going on, and there's even more stuff. And then I went to this. I guess it's maybe an addition to the Javits Center or whatever. Huge up there, and then there's a whole bunch of other panels. So that was pretty cool. But Brian ditched me during that. So
did he?
Wow.
So did you meet up with Brian McGuinness from Playable Characters Podcast and all that?
Yes, I met up with him. No, he was meeting somebody else. I told him, "Oh, you don't have to go to this. I'm just going to go say hello."
What was the
But
panel?
it was there was a couple of people, and they're talking about. Now I'm going to throw up. They were just talking about censorship and that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, your cousin's
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
What was
Remember the story from 5 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah,
just
that's right.
that.
Okay. What was the it's an interesting coalition or thing. I don't know how much in comic books is there. Like, I know the whole Mark Twain. I know the Mark Twain, you know, the character named Jim. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that argument of like, do we really need that? And it's like, it's part. It's how it was
No, it's just
written.
about like whether comics are even an art form, a worthy art form. Should they even be in schools, in the libraries, and graphic novels, that kind of thing?
Oh,
Are
interesting.
they a worthy, something to pursue for students? And you know what I mean? So, and like if a parent complains, they go to the school board, whatever. It's like a whole
That's
thing.
but yeah. I mean, I went to college for comics.
Yeah.
Like, that was my major. Remember
But
when I
you
started?
pay out of your own pocket for that. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So
I
I
did.
guess some
Yeah.
people don't want, pay tax money or whatever. So, but
Yeah.
we
So,
walked a lot and brought snacks and
what kind of snacks?
I
Dish.
just like something like a smoked duck with like radish and stuff like that.
A radish remoulade.
We had profiteroles and some scones.
Oh, you had scones?
Yeah, just something simple. I just whipped them up.
Did you have any bries and plums?
Yeah, we had brie, plums. I didn't have any Gruyere, so I had to go with the brie.
Oh, interesting. No
And
Gruyere.
but something funny happened.
Thank
I
God.
like to,
Go on.
I'm getting gifts for whoever, and I go to this one guy, and he just got some funny stuff, and I was like, "Oh, how much is this stuff?" And he's like, "Oh, you have to ask me the prices." And I was like,
What?
I looked right at Brian. I was like, "Okay, what are the prices?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm doing?"
God. Did he have a line?
You have to ask me. It's like really awkward conversation.
Yeah, of course. No eye contact. He's about to hide behind a table and
Yeah.
right, pass you notes.
He's
For
like, "Oh, these are 30." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, thank you."
You're like, how much are these? What are these prices? And he's like, they're out of this world. He wants to say his like worst catchphrase. They're out of this world because it's out of this world toys.
Yeah.
Did you buy any? So you went there. I used to always buy stuff at Comic-Con, like toys and everything, and it was like I always.
Did you always do it?
Money. Dude, every time I was at Comic-Con, I'd spend
Each time you did that?
Dude, every time I went, I would spend like $200 on
Oh my God.
Stupid.
It was like a Funko Pop convention.
That's all it is. It's all Funko. And Funko Pops are stupid.
And then when Brian was like, "Oh, if you see one like this, let me know." I'm like, "What are you kidding me? There's like 90 million here. You want me to go walk around looking for?" Plus, it's like, can't you just, like seeing the local art, or not local, but like seeing the independent artists and stuff like that. That's really cool. And then talking to them. But really, Funko Pop, can't you just order that online or whatever?
Well, so here's so as a toy collector, if I may, okay. So you could do two. There's a couple schools of thought. So here's the schools of thought. At Comic-Con, you can like well, they have like special edition Funko Pops. So they would have
I could see like a corporation or whatever saying, "Oh, if you come here, we're giving away or we're selling this." Okay, I didn't even think of that. But there was
well, those are. I mean, they're not that easy to come by. But you have a point that when I used to go to Comic-Con, I would look around at toys and stuff. It's the same thing where you're just kind of like, can you just buy this? And you could buy everything there online, except you're buying it 5 times more expensive at Comic-Con. Unless, like I said, you get any kind of exclusive things. But in order to do those, you kind of have to like be at the right panel. You have to get there earlier. It's like crazy,
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I gotcha. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, I don't really, there's some cool stuff there. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, there wasn't a lot of like, I don't think there was a lot of announcement. Wasn't there like not a lot of event? Like usually when you go to Comic-Con, the other cool thing about it is you could do the celebrity, like I got Anthony Daniels, a picture with Anthony Daniels and his autograph because I paid, $50 to stand online.
Yeah.
So was there any celebrities?
Yeah, there's like, the guy who was in Boba Fett's costume. It's like it could be anybody. The guy could be lying. I don't know who that. Like Anthony Daniels does the voice and everything. But
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome if you're. That's such a funny thing as someone lying about just
yeah,
going there and pretending.
yeah, I was in Star
Don't you
Wars.
remember
Yeah,
when we went? Don't you remember when we went to the Comic-Con in that small hotel in New Jersey so I could sell my comic book? And there was like, well, who was there? I think there was one of the guys who played Jason from like Friday the 13th Part 5, where it
Yeah.
wasn't Jason. It was, I think it was Part 4. It wasn't Jason. It was a guy who pretends to be Jason. It's like one of the worst Friday the 13th. And the guy
they
was
hang
there.
on to these credits like, like the kid from the Munsters, Eddie Munster. He's still going around as Eddie
Oh, that's
Munster.
it. Dude, that's all you
He
have.
did it once at like 10 years old, and for the next 70 years, he's
That's it. You
Yeah.
get in this weird, like, there's a weird niche. Like, I remember you ever watch Battlestar Galactica?
not really. I know of it, but
You know the blonde woman? She plays
Yeah,
Caprica 6? Okay.
remember I made fun of the sign poster you got of that?
Yeah, so I met her and had her autograph it, and I had it in my house for a while.
Yeah.
And I remember like one of my exes was like, can you take this down? And I was like, why? And it's not like this woman has her breasts out and she's hanging over. It's like she's in a red dress. It's autographed. I was like, yeah, but I like the picture. But I don't, so like she was there and that was cool. And there was like no one really talking to her. And I got to like talk to her. Like there's a moment you could talk to people. Val Kilmer, I was at a Comic-Con where Val Kilmer was signing autographs. And this is before he had he got throat cancer.
No, I didn't know.
Val Kilmer has throat cancer and he did like a documentary, but he like lost his voice and he speaks through
geez.
a voice box. It's crazy.
I mean, if there's somebody famous because they do crazy shit, it would be nice to talk to them. But it's like I've read a couple books by like biographies by actors, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're normal, regular, boring people who play pretend. Like they're not their characters.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't know.
It's like an Al Pacino talk. He's like, I got a bagel and I got it over my hands in the car.
But it's pretty good. But yeah, that was about it. I mean, I could barely walk at the end of the day, and then I went home, drove home.
By the way, that was you went one day.
Yeah.
Every year I went to Comic-Con, I went all 3 days. I'd walk the whole time. I was in such good shape. I'd walk the whole time. By the Sunday, you'd feel tired. Like my feet would hurt a little, but I would always get sick. Every time after Comic-Con, Monday, Tuesday, I would have a cold or I'd have a flu or something. Every year I got sick.
Well, isn't like is the San Diego one bigger and more corporations or whatever?
I don't know what
studios
it's
go
like
there.
Year. Yeah, the San Diego one. I've never been to San Diego. I went to Chicago's Comic-Con, which is really huge.
You went to the one in Paramus or whatever that was.
I went to the Paramus Comic-Con and the one that's on the Taconic. I got the one that was on the Taconic one. There was a lot of movies and trailers. Like there's a lot of like
William Shatner was at this one, and it's like the guy's what 178 years
95?
old. He's up there and he's still doing these things. It's like,
did you get his autograph?
No, I don't think he may not have been there that Thursday, but then he announced he's going to space with SpaceX or whoever,
God,
Blue Origin. I forget one of the two.
Ooh, but he already went to space. The Final Frontier. Why is he going?
Final Frontier. The undiscovered country is peace.
Is that what peace is?
Yeah.
He already went to the undiscovered country.
Yeah.
So did you buy any toys or anything?
I got some stuff for my daughter, and I usually try to find stuff for her. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard her. Yeah.
Shut up! What is busy?
He's busy doing a podcast.
I'm on a meeting.
I know, dude. Between the dog here and we just had the neighbor, I think the diagonal neighbor from us right now was blasting like hip hop, and I was like,
Is it good at least?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is it's good hip hop. So I was like fine with it. No, it's just,
Oh, the thing about you ever see that old photo of the one more thing about Funko Pops? You ever see that?
Again, we could talk about Funko Pops the whole time.
It's a divorced couple and they're separate. They're like divvying out their Beanie Babies in court.
No.
You never saw that? Like,
no.
Back when Beanie Babies were really big,
yes,
some couple got divorced, and in the middle of the courtroom, they have to split up their Beanie Baby collection, their joint collection.
Oh my god!
And there's a funny, famous photo of that. I wonder if there's like people who are splitting up their Funko Pops in the middle of a court, and the judge is just like, "Would you just take the Chewbacca? She doesn't want."
Beanie Baby, would it be like Beanie Baby divorce? I want to say,
Yeah.
This is what you need this is what you need a producer for.
I was gonna pull.
Oh my god, I see it now. Oh, for God's sakes! All right, so it's this is so gross. The two people that are getting divorced, you could tell, they make, the guy looks like the brother from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes, yeah, Kip or whatever.
So Kip, yeah, and he's on the floor with his terrible, like, bad fake polo shirt, and his wife is on the floor too, and there's a pile of Beanie Babies. Then the accountant's in the corner, just like, or not the accountant, what is it, the attorney?
The bailiff just walks through and steps on. Oh, my bad.
Beep, beep. He steps on the ones that beep, beep, beep. I hated Beanie Babies, man.
Yeah.
They were so dumb.
It seems like it's like, they're not fun. You don't play with, like.
No, it's 100%. Every store, like Hot Topic, has a whole wall of Funko Pops. Everybody loves them. I have one Funko Pop, and it's here. I'll show you. This is the only one I have, is Overwatch, and the reason I have it is like the outfit. It's a diva from Overwatch. The only reason is her diva suit is done really well, but that's the only reason I have it.
Yeah, I hate them too. Here's my wall collection of the.
Here's my wall of. Yeah, I don't get it, man. Comic-Con's always, everyone like loves Funko Pops. I think they're dumb. They just look dumb.
Yeah, there was a couple cool ones though.
Cool. I can't wait till you start collecting Funko. But when you collected Pez?
I collected a lot of stuff. I collected Pez.
He-Man. Pez, He-Man. It's fine.
All right.
Pez, He-Man.
No, I collected a lot of MASH stuff. You remember that?
Oh, that's right. You had the MASH toys in your room.
I had MASH trading cards. I was telling Brian this. I had my Desert Storm cards. I thought they were going to be worth a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. I remember those. See, these are ones you should do with Brian. Is all these terrible ones.
No, and then you get married, and it's like, yeah, throw all this shit out, will you? And it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm at that now. Like when me and my girl moved in, I was like selling a ton of my Transformer toys, and I remember, she would always say, like, she's like, you don't have to, like, you could put them in like an office when we get a house, like, Yeah. So I'm like,
hey,
he's right. That's the best.
Oh my god.
It is. This is a family.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. She's yelling about Funko Pops.
Yeah, she's like, shut up in there.
I know, if your kid wasn't awesome, I would be mad if your kid wasn't my favorite person.
I got her the Ocarina from Legend of Zelda. Ocarina.
Oh, that's right. You were playing it.
Yeah, and it comes with a little book to teach you how to play it.
Have you been learning?
Yeah.
Do you have it on you?
It was really for me. That's what you can do when you have a kid. You just like, here.
Hey, you want this?
It's something I always wanted. Here, it's
here you go, hun. You want this? She's like, no. You're like, I guess how do you have to keep it then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that with sold a bunch of my Transformer toys, and then it was just a bunch. You've seen them. My collection. You've seen them.
So what room are you in now? You're in like the office or whatever?
Yeah, no, this is the bedroom. We don't have an office yet. When I have an office or a basement I could use, like she's like giving me free reign.
Can you hear that?
What is that?
And now she's having a piano lesson. Do you want to do this later?
No.
Right,
this is fun. It doesn't matter.
All right. Well,
it's like we're all recording from home.
All right.
It is what it is. So Funko Pops were everywhere. Would you see any cosplay that you were just like?
Yeah, there was some.
Awesome?
Yeah, there was some nice cosplay.
Yeah,
full of sexy hunks with their shirt off.
Oh, so many sexy hunks.
And it was Okay.
Was it packed a lot? Was it?
No. There was not a lot of people there at all. side.
No, I wonder if Brian, I guess like Friday, Saturday or worse. They're way more packed. I don't know if there was any Comic-Con video game announcements. I know there's tons of TV show and movies, but I just don't care about TV show and movies because like whatever.
Oh, so I looked at some news here. You were talking about that.
I have some news that we could mention too. Two things. Go on.
What do we got? Another 15 minutes?
Whatever. We could do. No, it's 20. It doesn't matter.
This you were talking about the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Oh, that's right.
Last week.
Yes.
Did you
we did. I don't think I didn't air. That's going to air next week, but go on. It's on live. You can watch it now.
Yeah, I thought I saw it live.
Yeah, it's fine. No. It's,
Did you know there was a Cartoon Network one?
There's a Cartoon Network, the same All-Star Brawl one?
It's called Punch Time Explosion.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, look it up.
Are you serious?
You like to do that.
Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion.
Yeah, it was like 2007 or something.
Oh, my God, you're right. Oh, Walmart gave it a 4.3 out of 5.
There was, and I just read this. They're coming out with Hanna-Barbera's Altercation Hootenanny. You can play as Jabberjaw and face off against Grape Ape. Isn't that so cool?
Those are two of my favorite Hanna-Barbera characters.
They're the best too.
Check out Grape Ape over here. Jabberjaw.
Then they're going to come out with Nick Jr.'s Squabble Squad. You can play as Bluey and David the Gnome.
Oh, David the Gnome. He was my favorite back in the day.
Maya the Bee.
David the 9 to D.
Oh, wait. Who's your mom gaming?
Oh, a second. We haven't had chat people in so long.
Yeah, I just realized somebody's talking to us.
Oh, Metroid Dread. Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, your mom gaming? How you doing?
And then Mickey Mouse Feud Factory is coming out. You can play as Launchpad McQuack and Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. I'd love to see Launchpad McQuack just punch Uncle Scrooge in the mouth with his helicopter pilot move, his crash move, squabble. What a great word!
Yeah, it's a good word. Squabble scuffle.
Squabble scuffle. I really thought Punch Time Explosion was fake, but it's an actual.
Yeah, Punch Time Explosion. It's a good name for.
It is. There's just so many. Oh, it's for Switch, I guess. Oh my God. Wait, no, it's not. Is it real? It's a real game. Oh, was it for 3DS?
Yeah, it came out a long time ago.
Oh, it looks terrible. It looks bad. Video game convention calendar? No, I don't know what games they released at Comic-Con. Program? I don't know.
I think a Hanna-Barbera game would be cool, though.
I definitely would. Are you excited for Fear the Walking Dead, the new season 7, or The Walking Dead, or the Army of the Dead movie?
No.
Are you excited for any of the Dead things?
No.
Chucky dead? Dexter
no, I like
dead?
live things. Thank you.
It's so much Fear the Walking Dead season 7. I mean, it's nuts, man.
Well, I told you about that Willy Wonka prequel movie that's coming out called Wonka.
Yeah. Oh, you were right. Yes, I thought this was interesting that you brought that up, that how many movies are just when they get to it, like if Batman back in the day wasn't called Batman by Tim Burton, you're right. It would have been Batman now.
No, like Batman Begins, it would have been called like Bruce today.
Yeah, Bruce.
Or like whatever.
Bruce Valanche. Hello, Joker.
Because Cruella just came out.
Yep, Cruella, Wonka. And, what else?
Ed Grimley. No.
Oh, Ed Grimley. I know what that is. Yeah, keep going. What are the other one-name ones?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot. What are you getting up and leaving? You wearing a belly shirt?
You see my tummy pop out?
Yeah.
The shirt's too small. My fan was going a little too loud. I can't wait to build
here
my
we go.
studio. Bruce Valanche presents.
Maleficent was another one of those.
Yep, that's right. Yep, named after her.
Tolkien.
Oh, that's right. Tolkien.
Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton was one. You can make a prequel called Alexander.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say about that.
Oh. Did you it's interesting that your mom gaming on Twitch wants me to review Metroid Dread, because that's something I was going to talk about in the news. Was I wanted to get Metroid Dread. It's for Switch. You might like it, dude. Did you like Metroid?
I wasn't. Tim was a big Metroid guy.
Yeah, our friend Tim. Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't a Metroid guy.
So it's. I think you.
Whatever was popular, I didn't.
You didn't like
because I wasn't good at it. So I would just do like the shitty games that nobody else liked.
I had a really cool Samus action figure that was like fully posable, and it was like $100, and it's awesome. And I gave it away. And to this day, right now, I wish I never did. I'm like, I should have kept it. It was just such a cool action figure thing. So Metroid Dread, let me ask you a question. Since you play PC, like you have a PC.
I'm not a real PC guy though.
But what do you think? So this guy on Twitter, this guy, just some guy, he's a Scottish games journalist, Scully18, like 1888, Chris Scullion. And he basically on Kotaku, they had a thing about Metroid Dread. It said, released yesterday and developed by Mercury Stream, Metroid Dread is the awaited 2D return of the Metroid series. You can read the full review, but the short answer is it's a solid game with some nice looking visuals and surprisingly tricky boss fights. It is a Switch exclusive, as you might expect, but all you need is a Switch emulator and a decent, powerful PC, and you can play Dread on your computer right now, and it looks great. Now, the issue with this paragraph is Kotaku, a large video game publication site, is basically this one author. It's like, hey, Metroid's like really cool, but if you don't have a Switch, you should pirate it on PC.
Yeah. This movie coming out was great. Just go online, steal it, and then.
Yeah. If you can't go see it, go steal.
Why would you have to? Why would you mention that? Like that's just like filler for an article. I'm not saying like
you're completely
bad for like the studio and it's stealing and all that, but it's like saying you can go out to Kmart and walk down aisle 7 and buy why there's just added
why not go get a Switch or so the guy on Twitter, Chris Scullion, he wrote, I genuinely can't believe some large established publications are promoting playing Metroid Dread on emulators 2 days after its release. This is piracy, plain and simple, and not the quote, hey, nobody's losing out type that comes when you download the SNES version of Home Alone 2. So his take is pirating and doing emulators are good. Like Brian had me buy that handheld emulator, right? And I have it, and I never touch it. It was a waste of money. And but I have.
He almost got me with one of those, and I was like, yeah, I have games.
It's not bad. It's just like when I did the road trip with Ian, that thing was great for like an hour until. It was such a mod thing that like I didn't know, like every video game's controls were all screwed up. So then I'm like, well, you're trying to play MK2 and like the high kick button is not on there because I have to physically go in the emulator menu in the menu of Mortal Kombat 2 to change the controls. It's like, and then you're in this blue screen of like thousands of fonts. So his take is, which he's right. It's like you could download an emulator for these old games that don't exist anymore. But this article is like, yo, guys, go steal this game if you want because it's really fun.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, and
like
then
I said, it's beyond the stealing thing. It's just like you have nothing else to say that you got to tell people how to steal it.
No, exactly, and also like, and
with these old emulator stuff, like I was looking up. Have you heard of MAME, like the arcade emulators and stuff like that?
Yes, it's on the handheld.
It always says like, oh, you're really supposed to own the PCB. Like if you download these ROMs, you're supposed to actually own the games and all other shit. I
So
know
then-
nobody actually does own all
Well,
these.
no one does it. And so this dude's, he's verified on Twitter. So he's like, he, gets traction from whatever he tweets sometimes. But this tweet went out of control. Like, he ended up like everyone, because then it becomes this piracy conversation about like, well, it's Nintendo. They're not losing money. And it's like, well, what about the people that buy the game and then emulate it? And then he had a point where he's like, no one does that. Like, how many times you could be like, well, I go out and I buy the game and then I emulate it. It's like, no, you don't. You're a lying piece
Nobody
of
does
garbage. No one does it. No, maybe there is one. You know who does that, PJ? An idiot like me. I'm the idiot who's like, since I'm a voice actor and everything, I'm like, well, like I would buy the game and then emulate it.
No,
But
you
it's
wouldn't.
like, no, I would. I've done. I swear I've done stuff like I've rented movies. I bought movies that I could have stolen, and I'm like, no, I'll just buy it.
What?
Like, where some like what was the? Oh, I did it with music a lot. Like someone's like, you like Napster and all that stuff. They'd be like, hey, you want to download this free album? And I was like, no. I downloaded porn off that. Yes, like I stole pornography from Kazaa and everything. But when it comes to music, I would just be like, no, I'm just gonna buy it. Like I'll just buy the album. But he just went to this whole thing. But you're right. It's like piracy is piracy, and it's funny to see people trying to defend it, being like, no.
Well, I've heard one argument about like Adobe.
Oh,
forget
Photoshop.
who-
That's
it was
perfect.
like Mike
example.
Carcillo or somebody told me this. It was
Mike V, my friend. Yeah, Mike.
maybe
It had to
somebody.
be. Yeah.
I don't want to get people in trouble, but
Yeah.
they were like, well, they kind of don't really go after like college students and stuff like that for pirating Adobe, because if everybody's trained up on Adobe and that's all you use in school and college, then whatever company you're going to go to is forced to now buy these enterprise licenses and all this other stuff. And I was like, yeah, I guess they're not really going to go after somebody like that. And like, if they make it so that, companies have to buy the licenses for their products or whatever.
Yeah. Well, they do it now. So a prime example is like I bought Adobe. So I bought Adobe Audition, which is what I used to edit the podcast and stuff and my auditions. And I bought it for like, I think it was like $500 or something nuts. And that's the thing is Photoshop in college and Photoshop and all these Adobe programs were always like $1,500 or $900. Like they were psycho expensive because people would steal them all the time. So I had my first version of Photoshop and Adobe stuff, I think was one of my friends gave it to me, but then like it didn't work. And I ended up buying a student version of it, which was still like $900.
Oh my God.
And then I used it, dude. I used that Adobe one I bought for like years. So I bought Adobe Audition, and that was also like something like $400 or $500. And I bought it, and then Audition I had for like two laptops for maybe like 8 years, and then recently I switched over, got a new laptop, and I tried to use my old Adobe program for Audition, and it wouldn't work. The disc.
Yeah, well, then now what they do is they try everything's like a service.
Yep. Now it's a.
So you have to subscribe. You
Yep,
get
I
a year of it, and,
Yep.
and you buy. And technically, you've only ever paid for a license. To use something, you don't buy
Yep.
the software. That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So that's 100%. So then, yeah. So now to this day, I pay a year subscription every year to Adobe.
Right.
But as a voice actor, I could write it off, and a podcaster. But it's like I don't know. But that is interesting. It's just it's the funny piracy angle of like I'd buy the game, and it's like you're not gonna. You're not. You're
You
not.
wouldn't steal a car. What was that? Movie
yeah,
piracy
was it-
thing?
There
You
was
wouldn't
a movie,
download a
right?
car.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
download a car if I could.
yeah. If you could, if you could, like a Tesla. Did you download a Tesla?
Download an
Download it.
REO Speedwagon.
REO Speedrunning. Before we close out on this, is there any final thoughts from Comic-Con? Like, would you ever? Let's try this. Would you ever go again?
No.
Did you have fun with Brian when you were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian made it fun. Seeing the artists and stuff like that, like the independent artists, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What else? I'll go to other conventions.
Yeah.
I just, that was enough for me for that one. It's like medieval times. You don't go there every week.
Oh God. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I
It's
went.
like a one-time deal.
Oh, Ian went. Ian went to Medieval Times recently. And it's like, and I remember he came back and I was like, did you ever go a lot? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, how come you didn't go? And he was like, it's just, he came back. I'm like, would you ever go again? He's like, if there was a bunch of us.
Yeah, right.
Two people. Yeah, he went. Do you remember when we went to one? It was like me, you.
I never went with you.
I thought you went. I thought I went. I went with your brother and his wife and
no.
Really?
I don't think so.
I'm not. I feel like it did. Anyway, but you're right 100% where it's just like, even Ian was like, I don't know. Like he had fun, but he's like, I'll never do it again. And here's the thing,
your mom gaming says y'all gotta go and do joke interviews. That's something. Dude, that's something I would do.
This dude is an old buddy of ours, Zombie Cancer. I'm so glad he still watches the show and listens and stuff. He's awesome. So he is a point whenever you go. When I went to me going to Comic-Con for the podcast, I could film a bunch of funny interviews and do stupid shit and you could do it. It's super fun. But I couldn't go now.
Remember my brother said he wanted to go dressed up as Barney?
Did he? I forgot. I love it. All right, cool. So then what did you eat there or no?
No.
Okay. What was the best thing there? Was the artist interviews?
Stop talking to me about Comic-Con. I don't want.
What was the worst? What was the one thing you hated about the whole thing? You were like, this sucks.
Let me see.
You can hear the piano crystal clear. It's so funny.
Getting out of the house, being able to just walk wherever you want.
Yeah.
I'm not used to that. I usually have to be like, oh, I'm going over here. Can I go?
Oh, I love it.
I'm going to go watch TV. Yeah. Being in a house full of people and a family, just getting out of the house was nice.
Oh, that's good. What was the thing at Comic-Con that you
So it could have been anything. It could have been anywhere. It could have been walking around a desert or something.
You're like, I went to Krausner's and I bought, you know how great it is to walk around outside by yourself? And I'm like,
the freedom.
It's the same thing I miss about having a car is now having a vehicle. It's the greatest. Like, I forgot how awesome it is to just get in the car and be like, I'm just going to listen to a podcast and drive to Home Depot and get something for the house real quick. And then come you got to spend gas money. But I was in the city for 17 years without a car. And now to have, to have a vehicle again, to have to be in an apartment that's not a small piece of garbage.
Yeah.
And there's things I miss about New York, and Comic-Con is one. I if I was going to go to Comic-Con, I legit would miss just hopping on a scooter or taking the train to Comic-Con and being like, I'm just going to go home. I'll come back here at 6. And then, was the line long getting in?
No. None of the lines were long. And then the guy's got to be like, what's going on in here? What is it?
Oh, yeah. The
people coming up to me.
It's the worst, yeah. Why everyone dressed like Hanna-Barbera cartoons?
What are you, Grape Ape? What is going on?
Hey, let me get a picture with Jabberjaw over there. Super. That's so fun. Let me see. Let's get this. Jimmy Jam. So fun, man. Peach, thanks for doing the show, dude.
Yeah, thanks for giving me 1 hour notice.
You did do this. Well, you did this quick. We Oh, I hit the second wrong button. I wonder why this isn't. You wonder why I'm yawning and just Googling on air. It's
I was gonna bring a plate of food during this thing.
Yeah, just start eating it.
It would have been much worse for you if Brian was here. We would have double teamed.
Yeah, that would have been funny. All right, man. You can follow me at TJ Del Reno all across the social media, Unlimited SXM on Twitter and Unlimited Lives Radio, guys. We'll see you next time. Next week will be a fun show with Ian and Matt. Thanks, Peach.
Thank you. Bye.
That was fun, dude. I smeared cream cheese all over my Roadcaster Pro.
I was trying to say that on the way home.
I'm covered in cream cheese. By the way,
on the way home from the con, this really happened. I stopped for Popeyes, and I got it all over myself. By the end of the day, I was covered in all different types of food. It was sauce and popcorn, whatever batter, whatever
You're
the
like
hell.
the bottom of a movie theater floor.
Oh my god, it's disgusting, but it was funny.
That's great.
I was
Can I
so
keep that?
sore.
Can I keep that last part in where you said you were covered in food?
Yeah, sure.
Great. That's perfect. All right, dude. I'm gonna edit this jammy down, but bro,
Okay.
thank you so much for doing this, man. I love you.
Thank you.
I'll see you in the chitty chat.
All right.
And
Have a good
guys,
weekend.
thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
See ya.